Now that I have a sound I like, I can refine it even more by using the Edit Matrix. The Edit Matrix is essentially the powerhouse for preset writing in the RP products. It's very easy to use. You use the Edit Up-Down keys to navigate you to the effect row that you want to modify. Then use the parameter knobs to tweak each of the individual parameters for that effect. So once I'm done editing the preset to my liking, I can then use the Store button, which is lit, to store those settings to the preset location. The Audio DNA 2 chip offers us an awesome drum machine in the new RPs as well. What we have here is 60 different patterns that you can select from. RP drum machine is a great rhythm trainer for helping you perfect your timing while you're playing. What the style knob does is select from a bunch of different drumming styles, from rock, hard rock, metal, to blues, to groove. From there, you then use the effects library knob to select a different pattern within the style. So we'll go ahead and select Groove 3 here. The effects level knob now controls the tempo of how fast the drum pattern plays back. You can turn it up fast, turn it down slower. Once you've got a pattern you like to play with, then just go ahead and select a preset and play. One of the neat new features that we've added to the new RP series are the tone library and the effects library. These two knobs each give you instant access to the 30 amp and distortion tones and the 30 pre-built effects chains. These are essentially to be used as the building blocks for your own presets. Each of the tone libraries are comprised of the wah, compressor, distortion, amp and cabinet models, EQ, and noise gate. So let's take a listen to some of the tone libraries first. Now that I have the distortion or amp tone that I want, I can now use the effects library knob. The effects libraries include the post-amp effects such as chorus, phaser, modulation and pitch effects, the delays, and the reverbs. don't confuse these with the conventional presets. The tone and effects libraries are the building blocks that are used to build your own custom sounds. It's like you pick the meats you want on your sandwich with the tone library, then add the combination of condiments with the effects library. The knob next to the effects library is the effects level knob. What we use the effects level knob is essentially an overall effects level for the chorus, delay, and reverb sections. So if I feel like the signal's a little too wet with delay and reverb, I can just turn it down a bit. Or I can turn it back up. So the whole purpose of the effects library, tone library, and effects level knobs are to get you at a preset sound very quickly and very easily. Now let me show you the XEdit editor library and software. XEdit is a cross-platform package, works on both PC and Mac, that allows you to edit the presets within your RP. All you have to do is connect a USB cable from the USB port on the back of the RP to the USB port on your computer, download the XEdit editor library and software and drivers and install them on your system, and then go ahead and launch the application. In the left part of the window is the library tree. Here's the user bank of presets, and here's the factory bank of presets. I'm just going to open up user preset number 4. This is called Boogman. As we can see here is a graphic representation of all the effects and their knob settings within this preset. In the center section of this screen, we can see what amp model and equalizer settings we have set. For this preset, I have a Boogie Mark II model with a British 4x12 cabinet, and these knobs here represent the gain and level on the outside for that particular amp model, and in the middle here are all the equalizer settings or tone controls. Over to the right is the noise gate, which is turned on. And then the reverb model, which is a Lexicon Studio Reverb. This is turned on. So let's give this preset a listen. So what I'm going to do with this preset is I'm going to add a little bit of delay and a little bit of chorus to it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the delay. So now I have some delay to go with that. It has a few too many repeats for what I want, so what I do is I grab a hold of this knob here labeled repeats, and I'll back that off. And I think I'm going to increase the delay time a little bit, so I'll grab the delay time knob and bump that up to about 500 milliseconds. Now let's go add a chorus effect. It's set to pitch right now, so I have a pitch effect loaded. Gives me a fifth above interval. So all I have to do is click on this little blue icon. It opens up the menu of different chorus effects models that I can select. So I'm going to select the dual chorus. I'm going to make that just a little bit thicker sounding chorus by grabbing the depth control, and we'll slow down the speed just a little bit. Once I've edited a preset to my liking, I can then either save it out to my hard drive for archival purposes, or I can store it to any of the user preset locations in the box. If I've gone through and edited a whole lot of presets and don't want to just keep saving separate preset files off to the hard drive, I can do what's called a system backup. What the backup does is takes all the user presets that I've saved off in the box and stores them as one file onto my hard drive. Now all 60 user presets are saved into that one file onto my desktop, and I can bring that back in anytime, and now it's dumping all those presets back down into the box. So I can save different versions of file sets for my gig. I have like a country gig, I can save a bank of country presets. If I have a metal band I play in, I can save a bank of metal presets. Just save them all off as one file rather than having to save them off as individual preset files.
How do you create the most powerful tone and modeling tools on the planet? By assembling the world's most phonetic team of guitar playing, drum whacking, bass slapping, Did we mention guitar playing engineers? Bottom line, our new RPs are designed for real players by real players.
Now let me show you how easy computer recording is with the RP. All you need is a USB cable and some recording software for either your PC or your Mac. In this case here, I'm using Cubase LE on the PC. Project here. Check for signal. And go ahead and click record. Click stop. Now I have zero latency monitoring built into the RP. Plug the RP outputs into either a pair of powered studio monitors, into the front end of your guitar amp, or just use headphones. I'm going to play back this file back through the USB cable and monitor out the RP's outputs.
New studio-grade effects and amp models powered by our next-generation Audio DNA 2 processor. Access to 900 unique combinations in seconds via new tone and effects library knobs. Editor librarian and 24-bit recording capability with a USB computer connection. Solid metal chassis instead of cheap plastic. RP150, RP250, and RP350 multi-effects processors. The most advanced tone tools ever, from the inventors of multi-effects. Experience raw power for real players at your Digitech dealer today.